I know you're not interested.
I mean this in the best way possible. I do not care.
I do not care.
I do not care.
But what I do care about is this next match, Skiff. Do you?
Yeah, actually, it should be pretty good. It looks like we've got, wait, where is this in the bracket? Oh, wait.
I believe this is also a top 8 qualifier. I would be surprised if it's not. ATATA and yuno, the artist formerly known as Chase.
Yuno, that's why.
I was the one that we're going to continue to call Chase, even though his tag is yuno.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that that's Chase.
I was looking for Chase. Like, I saw ATATA's name. I'm like, but where's Chase's name? But it is Yuno. Anyway, PK Thunder 2. Tech that. We get right back on the stage.
Yeah, now he's gotten that a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, good tech nonetheless from Chase to stay alive right there. And juggling Ness, this is going to be a big part of the game with that floaty character and Palu being all about those juggles. Love the high recovery.
Yep. And Palutena, one of those characters that's been something, huh? Remember early Ultimate? What an innocent time.
Well, you mean when you got hit by a Nair and it was like getting hit by a level 3 super?
Yeah, I mean,
you just sit down and watch this cutscene.
Yeah, we joke about, Falco being the cutscene character, but man, early game Palutena, Nair. And then you landed and you did one thing wrong, so back air or dash attack.
That move didn't even get, like, the only change they made to that move, at least at the beginning, was like they made it go faster so that it would wrap up quicker.
Yep.
Please wrap it up.
I think like they did something like, okay, we've nerfed the Nair. And it's like, yeah, but not really.
Not really, no. I mean, yes, it does less mental damage to me when I get hit by it.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, now, maybe the Palutena needs to think a little harder just to, keep it going. So, but either way, as we continue to punch forward here, Chase or Yuno. I'm just going to go by Yuno. I'm going to assume that's what they want to be called. But Yuno going to be able to start off with a stock lead. 99% though. ATATA's just going to be looking for a way to try and punch back here, try and even things up.
I did see that roll behind ATATA, and I thought that ATATA had like plenty of time to react to that roll, perhaps get a back throw to set up for an offstage situation, but was not able to get that response, and that means Yuno is going to continue to get to play with the lead, which I think is so important for Palu. You can see that what went from, hey, I got to scrap, I've got to get some hits in against this Ness, is now just like an ultra safe game. Great call out right there from ATATA as well, placing that up air exactly in that spot where the warp was going to appear because he knew there was only one path for Chase, or for Yuno rather.
Yeah, I think it's just because of like also how far Palutena was. That was the only recovery option that they really had. So again, great call out from ATATA, being able to pick that up as well. Great recognition. But that's kind of what I expect between both of these players. They're going to do great jobs, really recognize what the game state is and try to work it into their favor as best as possible.
Nice. I like that patience from ATATA, too. Chase is on that platform throwing out hitboxes, and ATATA wants nothing to do with it. No, sir. You can come on the ground, and you can land with me. Because I think that ATATA does understand that, too, right? That normally Ness loves to jump around, throw out those lingering aerials like you talked about the last time we saw ATATA. But against Palutena, you don't get that opportunity. She is one of the best air-to-air characters in the entire game, and Ness is, too. But she wins that sort of rock, paper, scissors of matchups when it comes to those good air-to-air characters. So, if anything, ATATA wants things to be played on a grounded level.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. I thought we were going to see like a potential down air attempt, but no, not going to see that at all. Now right at 115, I mean, ATATA's definitely playing a little bit slower here than what we saw earlier against Kilogram Hours. And I mean, for good reason too. This is a much more agile character with a lot more punishing of a moveset. So definitely have to take your time. You can't just be throwing out moves willy-nilly. The back throw going to put Yuno off stage. No back air, going to go right to that ledge. And then the teleport cancel as well. And now it's your turn to be grabbed and put off stage.
Which was so good. That teleport cancel was so good, too, because you even saw that ATATA was like, okay, I know you're going to go for it, throwing out an aerial to try to cover it, but Chase immediately had that dodge buffered afterwards. So no punish coming in there. And again, you can see when Palutena has control of the pace of the game, it is not going to be, just the fastest game you've ever seen. Good couple of techs.
Oh.
I love the idea with that explosive flame, although I don't think that was even the idea. I think he wanted to warp to the side as quickly as possible. If it had connected, he would have been a genius.
Yeah, honestly, there's definitely a timeline where we're like, he's the most genius player we've ever seen in this game. He's so smart. But there might have been a misinput there. But either way, one stock apiece here was fresh stocks when I started the sentence. So.
And about 2.5 minutes on the clock. I don't think that this is a low enough time for us to be seeing a timeout be a win condition at any point. I think that Ness definitely does enough damage that we're going to see things happen one way or another. Double jump taken means that Yuno really gets to press the advantage right here.
Okay, forward throw. Again, stage advantage here. Gonna go for that teleport right to the platform, though. I have center stage now.
It belongs to me.
And I think that's something that Atata's going to need to definitely recognize going forward is like when you have that position there where, yuno isn't super off stage, you do have to like apply some pressure, but also be ready for that teleport cancel or just teleport to the platform in general.
Well, we've seen ATATA has done a ton of damage, but that does not mean that you are safe from Palutena, who can put you in a bad spot and turn things on its head. But now we're getting to those percentages where the next back throw can certainly take it. Nice just resetting that recovery after that yo-yo comes out, but bit too predictable with the nairs out of the corner, and Chicago is getting loud for ATATA after he takes that game one.
Hey, it was going to happen eventually. We're going to see, the Chicago versus the Invaders, and Chicago's definitely going to start making some noise. It was just a matter of time, and we are in that time zone right now, literally and figuratively.
I like that the headphones look like he was about to be, what was LeVar Burton's character on Star Trek with the visor? I don't remember his name, but it looked like he was about to, a change!
Also not surprised here, yuno has a pretty solid Steve, but also in the event that maybe the Steve doesn't work and they really want to try and switch things up, they do actually have a really good Sonic.
That is true. I mean, Chase also, I believe, has a Pyramithras, too. Just, like, a ton of characters in the pocket. I believe it was the first or the second person to ever complete the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Which is...
Chase is a gamer.
For those of you who don't know, a challenge of winning non-stop with every single character in Elite Smash. You cannot drop a single game, and there are 80-something characters in this game.
Yeah.
And Chase is one of 2 people along with MKLeo, 3 people. Him, MKLeo, and Spargo are the only 3 people to have ever completed an Iron Man. Mars has been trying for like 4 years and still hasn't done it. And you can see, skilled with many characters.
Yeah, no, yuno is definitely one of those players that, like, if they ever walk up to me and they're like, hey, random money match? No.
No, you run away.
Like, I'll random you because I think it'll be funny, but I'm not going to money match you. Like,
I believe that Spargo was once asked who the best top 5 randoms players in the world are, and Spargo said, number 1, me, number 2, Chase.
Yeah, probably. I believe it.
And I'm like, I think that's probably right.
Yeah, I mean, they might not be recognized as, like, a top-level player, among the likes of Spargo and MKLeo, but they definitely know their way around every character. And that does actually help, you advance as a player in general, too.
The chameleon.
Yes, the chameleon for sure. And as we can see right now, looking pretty good here, though, with a stock lead as ATATA was able to answer back. Well, not a stock lead, but almost a stock lead here.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well be with the amount of percentage that's built up, and now with that diamond sword as well, diamond tool set even. Yeah, it's really only going to take one aerial glancing blow. I don't even know who got it right there because they were both throwing out hitboxes with that phantom hit. Means that nobody got the connection that they were looking for.
Okay, down tilt is going to be able to disrupt that recovery. And the minecart, vehicular manslaughter on the child.
Fold him over. Sir, this is a school zone. You're supposed to be going 20 miles an hour.
And when Steve has gold, there's 20 miles per hour is not an option.
No. Sorry, officer, my gas pedal's stuck. I got a Cybertruck.
DJ Q Tokyo Drift.
I wonder if you know. Hey, that's his tag.
We
found the byline.
Okay.
We brought it all back. That's what it was all working towards. Trust us. We're commentators.
Oh,
that's
man.
code for don't trust us.
Don't worry, they don't.
They don't. Nobody does. Especially not us, dude.
Definitely not us. All right. As we can see right now, just a second attempt. Not going to be able to find that minecart, but still 67% at that rate, or with this Rage 2 off stage. That should certainly clean it up, but this is definitely looking like a much better game for yuno.
Yeah, I do think that this is a super solid matchup for Steve. This is tough for Ness to deal with. I mean, a lot of floaty characters, particularly ones that, like, Ness has really good air drift, but not necessarily the best air acceleration, if I'm remembering off the top of my head. And being that floaty character, Steve can definitely take advantage, but this game is far from over.
Ooh.
We have seen the damage ATATA can put out. It's just going to take one opening to really set things on fire.
Yeah, ATATA was looking for a huge call-out right there to try and find a way to close out this game, or at least put it very heavily in his favor.
Ooh,
nom, 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 nom,
my
nom.
goodness.
Delicioso. Oh, never mind.
It was a great recovery until he came off that ledge at the exact earliest timing. yuno was all over that like butter on a roll. given us that 1-to-1 scoreline now where I believe we will see him sticking with the Steve unless there's a crazy stage choice where for some reason he's not comfortable sticking with it.
Yep. And like, it's just one of those things too. Like, obviously we know that Ness can eat fire, cannot eat diamond. So that is definitely not an element, not a projectile. Can you imagine if he could just throw his pickaxe? Yoop. Yoop. All right, but as we continue to push forward here, we are going into Battlefield. It is one apiece, and the Steve counter pick has certainly worked out very well for Yuno.
Yes, looks super, super solid in that Pokemon Stadium 2 game. I'll quote one of my former Regions commentators. Oh. That move is dumb, and that down air really well timed. ATATA with an early lead. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see how the pace of the game changes when it's not going to be the Steve playing with the lead, but instead the Ness. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, is that down air, big hitbox, big disjoint, and I'm just glad that, like, a punish on Elytra. I feel like Elytra goes unpunished way too often. Yeah, it may have that element of a timing mix-up, but it does not have a hitbox unless you're talking about the very early stages of it, right? So, yeah, I do want to see people trying to call that out. And ATATA, I mean, particularly called out a somewhat higher recovery there from Yuno. So, you know, not something that you're going to get to do every single time with that down air, but found the right time to apply it for sure. Man, the thing that I'm most mad about with Steve is that they took out gliding and then gave it back, too. Yeah. For this guy. For this guy. It's not that I want Charizard and Meta Knight and Pit to be able to glide again, but, like, come on. Have some consistency. You know what? I wouldn't even mind. I would. At this point, well, okay. I would. I don't want Charizard living longer. You might be right. I don't want Meta Knight going underneath the stage. That would be a problem. At this point, I don't even know if it would be. I don't know if I'd be worried about it anymore. Yeah. All right, as we get back into this game, though, back to reality here. 68% as ATATA really doing a great job, especially after that second game, adapting to this Steve and trying to make some noise here. Oh, gets that jump red, though, in what was an incredibly cavernous lead for ATATA at the start of this game. Now looks like it might be Yuno's lead to take right now with that Ness in the corner. ATATA does fight out of it, but nonetheless, this is back to an even game. And it just goes to show that Yuno is never one to give up. Yep. I see that a lot, too. Like, you'll just see Minecart, and you're like, I'm going to jump into this. I want to. Yeah. I would like to be taken for a ride. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. We had that in this room last night as well. Yeah, that was good. Oh, we had a DBZ moment, but only one player losing the stock, and then that's going to be the Midwest hero in ATATA. Oh, lipping and not even getting hit. What the? That is like a crazy angled shield SDI or something. Like, I think that ATATA probably could have guaranteed something there, but man, not being able to close out that stock is huge. Now Yuno building up so much damage with those diamond tools, 55%. Please forward smash to end this. Oh, no, I didn't mean forward smash. I wanted like a forward air, but. Are you psychic? Yeah. So I saw. Are you just going to flex on me like that? I knew the pickaxe was gone, and for some reason I was like, pickaxe is forward smash. And I just wanted to slap. You're being too nonchalant right now. Yeah, my bad. You think Chase heard you? He's like, bet. Oh, yeah, I have that move. Oh, yeah, I can use that. Yeah, because, my thought process was, oh, yeah, pickaxe is missing. None of the tools are available. Well, there's one. There's one, and that's the sword, and that's all you needed. But wait. Yeah. I just really think it's funny when Steve has no tools and still swinging. Because it's not like Alamar. No. I wish Alamar did have, like, hitboxes, though. I like his forward tilt. Yeah. The Olimar punch. Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. ATATA's going nuts right now. Yeah, ATATA's gaming. ATATA's angry. ATATA stands for angry. I'm angry. To angry. Angry to angry to angry. That's the way we're looking at the start here, throwing out just aggro gameplay. But Yuno immediately cooling that down, right? He goes, okay, you got your 70%. That's great. Let me work on getting these tools, get that forward smash, and not the best DI there from ATATA. It does mean that stock is going to be taken. Yep. Okay. Hearing the Cosmic music playing while Steve is on screen is so fitting. I don't know why. There's something so poetic
he
about
feels
it.
like, dude, the funny thing about Steve is just how out of place he looks in the game in general.
Oh my gosh.
So when you add like any context of anything Smash Bros to him, it just becomes immediately hilarious.
Like the super dramatic Kazuya music, dude. Like Steve for Tekken, and I'm not talking about no Australian guy, like, or British guy. I don't even know what Steve is. No
Listen,
boxer.
If we can get what's his name from The Walking Dead, Negan.
If we get Negan, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Coral! Coral! I know that's another guy, but that's the only thing that went through my mind when I saw a child barreling towards the bottom blast zone with no hope.
He looks like he's missing an eye and a leg and an arm and a life.
Okay, yeah, the arc wasn't enough to go all the way over that up smash, so ATATA does get one on the board, but man, this crossover character, this Minecraft Steve building up a lead, so insurmountable it seems.
Yeah, it is definitely looking a little bit rough here. But, I mean, you did get one stock on the board, and, I mean, ATATA is certainly gamer enough to make the comeback here. Well, it might not be happening. Yeah, you're drifting down. Yep, have some down tilt.
Have some down smash. That one is lava. The up smash, magma.
Yeah, fire to the forge. As we get that cleaned up and moving on next. And, I mean, ATATA's run is not over. So, you know, fans at home, you know, maybe other Chicago players who are watching from home, why are you not here?
First of all,
do not fret. Do not fret. Like, ATATA's still in.
ATATA's still in this, and ATATA will be making a run through losers. That I can guarantee. Only needs to win one game now to make it into top 8, right? Otherwise, the run ends at 9th, but that will be Yuno going into top 8 on the winner's side. So we've got half of that determined already. We're going to be seeing what that other